Over the last better part of a century, engineers have worked to make our cars as safe as possible with crumple zones and airbags, seat belts. There's so many things that cars do to keep us safe if and when we get in that accident. That only works if we stay in that passenger compartment. We stay in that seat. That's where everything happens. We have one crash, the car hits something or something hits us, and that's it. If we're not wearing our seatbelt, we actually have several crashes. So when your car is going 70 miles an hour and suddenly stops, hits a semi, hits a brick, hits something, the car stops suddenly. So that's the first crash. The next one is your body moving. It'll either go under the dash, right? So your legs and everything get crumpled while the crash is still happening. Or you go up and over and you turn into a meat missile headed straight for that windshield, straight for the back of that semi-truck. All right, and then your body hits that, and then all your internal organs slosh around and they hit the inside of your body as well. So it's multiple points of injury. We see people that come in and the firefighters show us pictures. We love pictures where they show us these crumpled cars thinking no one could possibly survive. And the patient they're bringing us looks pretty good. Some scratches, bumps, and bruises. And then we see the people that aren't wearing their seatbelt. All right, they become that meat missile. They're ejected through the windshield. They exit the vehicle while the vehicle's flipping, and the amount of injuries are just devastating. So that's the difference between someone wearing a seatbelt, staying in that protected passenger compartment, and leaving that seat and just becoming a projectile for whatever happens. Everything in your car becomes a projectile, your cell phone, your book bag, your laptop. So you don't want to be a projectile. So the important thing is to make sure you're wearing that seatbelt, make sure you're staying sober when you're driving, make sure that you're not distracted, not texting. I drive home at 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes after a late shift, and I see cars weaving all over the road. Who knows what's going on, but those are the kind of things that we see. So every time you have a car accident, the cops, the firefighters, the paramedics, they're going to show up, and they have to deal with what they see. They have to see these horrible tragedies, and there are just some things we can't unsee. Some things we're going to take home. Our families are going to ask us, what did you see at work today? And some of those things we just can't talk about because we care. We want people to stay alive. We want people, to do well. We want to save those lives. So please, think about all these folks standing here when you make that decision to wear your seatbelt, to drive after a few drinks, whether you're going to check that message. Think about these folks. Think about their families. Think about all the doctors and nurses that are at the hospital that are there, and we're there to take care of you. But we want to see you do well. We want to see you survive that tragic accident.